My name is Susan, and I'm from currently Middletown, Connecticut. I decided to do my first Swim for Life when I was working as executive director of Vermont AIDS Council, because I was sitting in my office one day and an advertisement for it came in, and I remembered having once seen the swim arrive, and you guys had an amazing brunch in the West End. And then the flyer came to my desk, and I said, I'm going to do this. And all my friends thought I was crazy. And I just said, hell, I'll just raise the money anyway. And if I can't do it, I can't do it. But I did it, and it was amazing. And after the swim, I said, I want to keep swimming. We had this whole swim team party dinner. That was March 10th. And I swam my first 50 free under 30 seconds. So I joined the under 30 club. And then 2 days later, I had a really bad car accident. So in the hospital after the car accident, I broke both my legs and my head, and it was a mess. And the doctor said he didn't know if I'd walk again or when I'd walk again, but I'd be able to swim. And my friends around me, one of them who had been my kayaker for the Swim for Life, said, okay, we're going to do the Swim for Life again. It was 6 months to the day. My car accident was March 12th, and that year the swim was going to be September 12th. We were like, okay, we're doing the Swim for Life. And I did. I was swimming long before I could walk. And because I had been swimming, I could use my metal crutches and my wheelchair, and I used my wheelchair for months. And my friends would drive me to pools. I couldn't drive, and in Vermont it's hard to get to a pool. So swimming was like the center of my life, and the Swim for Life was like the center. It was my goal from, lying in the hospital bed to the Swim for Life. And so we came down that year with 10 or 12 people, and we had our own, the concert is called the Celebration of Life. We had our own Celebration of Life, because honestly, surviving my car accident was a little bit of a miracle. So we celebrated, and then every year after, 16 years. So, and then the spirit of the swim, I've just had so many amazing interactions at the swim. One of the years when I came down, I was still using metal crutches. I was being helped out of the water by a gentleman who was using a cane, and a volunteer, and he saw that I was struggling, and he gave me his cane. And then I saw him on the street the next day, me with my metal crutches and him with his cane, and we it was long before Facebook or anything, but we had exchanged emails and talked about swimming and disabilities, and I got very involved with people and swimming and disabilities. I got a card from a friend of mine that first year. A friend of mine, I worked for Vermont AIDS Council as the director of it, but I had a board of directors, and the co-chair of the board was HIV positive and had a condo here in Provincetown, was so moved by me doing the swim that he came to town that weekend. He had it rented out, but he came to town that weekend. And then the chair of the board, who was a friend of mine and was one of the ones who came the following year, wrote me this card saying how inspired how inspired he was by the fact that I did this, because really the idea of me doing the swim at that time was just so improbable. It would be like right now if I said I was going to run the New York Marathon. And so the fact that I did that, it meant a lot to a lot of people, and then it meant a lot to me. It was it was the most confidence building, pride thing. I really felt a sense of accomplishment doing it, which spilled over in lots of other aspects of my life.
All the swimmers, I'm glad to report, made it home safely. An estimate for how much was raised was $150,000.